I think this is the beginning of the 30-day decree. Because a 30-day could be mixed in with the 10-day period and the 21-day period. Just being the full day all the way through. Because tomorrow's the 1st, November, All Saints Day. Tonight's like one of the the most evil, apparently, the most evil holiday, ritual, whatever, for the elite. So I just feel like I'll wake up tomorrow with at least one strike. At least one. But I'm feeling more like it's two. Again, there's like 3 options. It could be 1 strike, it could be 2 strikes, or it can be 3. But that can happen at any time, anywhere, to anybody, any day. You know, it can happen. Who knows? It's like who knows the day or the hour? Only God knows the timing of everything. So you can't really know when you get a strike unless you're from the inside and you give yourself a strike. And because that's what the insiders can do. But if you're on the outside and you get a strike, and it's the reason why, the motive behind it is to, well, it's to silence the lambs. So if you're from the outside in, looking in, and you can see these strikes coming, then whatever. I mean, I'm standing up there, and it's like I'm up to bat, and I'm just gonna let them go right by. Like, go ahead, throw your best shot. You can strike me out, that's fine. I'll get another at bat. This isn't the only up at bat, Jonathan. You got RFB mentioning you today, just for the hell of it, just because you know that a lot of people that watch Richie from Boston, they know who you are. So you just want them to know your worship. Well, it ain't like you weren't trying to make it obvious. It's obvious what you're doing. You can't get mad at me for telling people before you did. I mean, you just don't want to tell them right away. So when I see it, I'll say it. People just don't want to admit their what they're doing until it's time to admit it. Like, as soon as you strike my channel down with the first strike, because it doesn't usually come like 2 strikes in a row. It's just like a baseball game. They don't, when the pitcher pitches a ball, he doesn't throw 2 of them at one time. Therefore, it's the same exact thing with YouTube. When you get a strike, they're not going to give you 2 right away, because they got to give you 1 first. They got to throw 1 at you, and the pitcher got to throw 1 ball. It's 1 strike at a time, because what it's going to be like is they're going to explain it. Man, what was that one video I did? It was related to sports, the Eagles game, but it was referring to strikes on YouTube that I was going to get, because I was going to get like the 2 right away, but it's back to back, like basically the same day. I would expect it, one after another. And then what happens is I can't upload anything, but I can still have the comment section is still there. And for 2 weeks, I can't do anything. It's not like I can't upload videos. The only thing I can do is comment. And it's like, you know, comply with our rules and regulations, and at the end of your 2-week period, we'll reevaluate how you've been acting, right? But within 2 weeks, in the middle of the week, now again, this is everything I'm saying afterwards. It will only come into effect if my channel gets shut down this way. If that's the way, if that's the plan, which it damn sure seems like it is, because again, I'm not sure, but I have that thought, and I go by my gut feeling, because when I'm not sure, you know, how can anybody be sure? Nobody's promising you anything. So how can I say 100% that I know? I can't. But when that feeling in your mind and your gut connects again, then I'm just going to go with it. Because this is the timing of it. The timing is now. But at the same time, you got to remember 4, 3, 2, 1, 4 days. Basically starting today. You got to keep that in mind when it comes to shutting channels down. See, after that, after the strikes start, 2 weeks from now, it's not going to look the frickin' same as it was in the former or like in the latter. It's going to be, there's going to be a lot of different changes that we're going to see, and we're definitely going to hear about everything that's in the book of Revelation. Everything that everybody's ever interpreted. The book of Daniel, we'll see that last. That comes at the end. I guarantee it. And just understand that 12-12 sign, what it really means. Understand that 12-12 sign. Just know that all this was predicted. It was literally written in the Bible about what would happen. And then the elite play the Bible out, thinking that nothing's going to happen, because they never believe it's real. So they play it out. They do all this stuff, all this money they spend, all Hollywood, all gazillions of dollars, years upon years to try to fool people, to get us to this point of World War III. You got the beast rising from the pit, the economy collapsing ordeal, and shutting us up from YouTube first. All these things are happening, and the elite didn't think that it was going to happen this way, but now it is, because that's why the people, the 144, those people in those high places have seen it unravel firsthand. They're eyewitnesses. You can't deny it. I mean, we're all human beings. When you see the Bible starting to unravel in front of your face, it's kind of hard to just like put it aside and pretend it's not real. It's real. And Kleck is playing a major part in the Bible. He is. It's just he's lying about who he is, but that'll come out. It just did. Richie from Boston just spoke about it. That's how they do it. They just want to confirm it that way. Because all of a sudden on the last day, All Saints Day tomorrow. You know, I heard very clearly in my spirit, I heard the Lord tell me, "Hey, Robin." I'm like, "What, Lord?" He's like, "Why don't you go and check out Richie from Boston's YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Why? I haven't watched him in a long time, Lord." And then I'm like, "Because he's going to probably say something important towards the very end, about, something that's like has something to do with some kind of puzzle that you can put together." I'm like, Lord, you really talk to me like in long ass drawn out sentences, don't you? And then I'm like, yes, I do, Robin. So I was like, what I said to myself was like, well, how come I don't really hear you the way I'm acting like I do? And then the Lord's like, because Robin, you're the Lord. And then Johnny's like, well, I mean, wait a minute. What happens is, when you have that feeling of, man, look at the damn sky. Shoo. Wow, Johnny is on his way, ain't he? Man, this is like a Halloween night. Well, it's about time. It's about time we get to see this. We get to see everything that Johnathan Kleck has. Everything. Like, finally, all the truth is going to come out. Everything is going to come out. Because he don't give a shit. Yeah, man. He's like, I am rising up, bitches. Because 11/11 is, well, he absolutely plans on, that's like the domination of, he won. You know, 11/11 is where he really gets that, you know, that victory for that time period. But that's cool. That's cool, Kleck. You know, you deserve some kind of accolades for at least orchestrating all this. You know, the stuff that goes on in the Bible and in real life, like how we're going to see it in real life up there. You know, you get credit where credit's due. It is going to turn a lot of people to God. That is the goal. Like, that is your goal, Kleck, to turn people to God by showing them the sphere in the sky. The only difference is you're not trying to lead them to the real God. You're trying to lead them to yourself, because you are trying to be God, and you can do that by controlling the air, making people believe. I mean, of course, at least 7 billion people. At least 7 billion people are going to believe what the hell you're putting up in that sky. I'll give you that. But man, there's a small amount of people that we're just not having it, and we're not having it for two reasons. We don't tolerate the bullshit. We're not believing it, and in the end, we ain't having it anymore. We're not having it. So I just got to say these things out loud before they happen, because my head is rampant with these thoughts and the feelings connecting to my gut more and more. So I'm just going to keep saying it until this channel shut down. And so I'll expect that strike midnight. When the clock strikes midnight, I'll probably get a strike. And then by the end of the day, no later, I'll get the second strike. That way I can be shut down in 1 hour. Like, you know, probably in 1 hour I'll get another strike. There you go. So I'll get 2 strikes. And then, because you guys have explained it clearly, you know, you explained it clearly, and it was understandable or something like that, whatever you guys said it was. It's pretty funny. Yeah, like you explained it thoroughly to me, and you know, that third one, well, we'll see about the third one. We'll see where that takes place at. I'll just hold off on that third strike for now. But just know, I do get a final at bat, because I'm at home. Like I'm literally at home. Philadelphia is my home. It's the area where I grew up at. Wasn't born there. Born in Bartow, Florida, right next to Lakeland. I lived in Lakeland. It just didn't make sense to go to Bartow. I guess there was no room in the hospital to have me be born in my own hometown. It made it inconvenient for my mother to go all the way across town to another hospital to be born in Bartow instead of Lakeland because of the land of lakes. So there's a lot of fishermen there in Lakeland. A lot of people fished. They had boats. My step-pop, David Lipham, he's from the House of Ham, apparently, according to according to Steve, who's incognito. But Steve, I know what you're going to be doing for the next 3 Sabbaths in a row. You're gonna be going around convincing everybody everything that you found out on YouTube. That's what you're going to be doing. And I'll be enjoying the show. So many things are going to start happening that, well, I don't think I'm going to be able to get up on YouTube and show the amount of things that are going to continue to happen back to back to back to back to back to back, one after another after another after another. But it starts with tonight. It starts with the strikes. It starts with the show, the spooky show in the sky, aliens and angels and raptures and disappearing rumors, Trump getting impeached but really getting assassinated, attempted, but really disappearing, but he's really getting raptured, but he got abducted by aliens, but no, he got swallowed up by a fish for 3 days. Well, I seen him walk on the water after 3 days we found him. He was walking like he was in the middle of the ocean, like he didn't know where to go. We found him like 50,000 yards out in the middle of the ocean, just walking on the water, trying to find his way home, because he's like God. That's why he chased down Mac Daddy in a tunnel, because the guy ran like a coward, and he was kicking and screaming like a little girl, and he died like a dog, and he was afraid of God because God was chasing him down the tunnel as he was watching the show, the movie. It was like watching a movie, which was Trump's words. So yeah, it was a movie that Trump was watching, because they're going to show parts of the movie, I'm sure. And so Trump's playing that God. So you know he has to disappear for 3 days. But this all happens after the strikes, because they got to get us first. Old Corpus Christi, we're getting ready to cross that road. Today's the 50th day, 50 miles per hour since 9/11. Kleck wasn't going 50 miles an hour for nothing. He didn't have 800 feet to go for, I mean, he could have picked 900 feet, but no, he picked 800. So I don't even think Kleck is even going to pretend to play dead, because he doesn't have to. Because the only ones that know him is us. He don't have to play dead to us. We're dead to him. He's cutting us off, and there's nothing we can do or say about it. And he just moves on and becomes who he is. He doesn't have to pretend to die. He's just going to straight flat out tell you he's freaking Lucifer. That's it. Deal with it. So he doesn't have to play that role where he has to die in the streets. Steve does. But man, he died early, didn't he? Steve, you died like 3 months beforehand, man. Where'd you go? I'm sure you've died laughing. But see, here's the thing with my channel. I know that you guys have died laughing on some of the skits that I came up with. I did it to make you guys laugh because I got good feedback from it. I was surprised at first. Like, people are like, bring Wolfie back. I'm like, I don't know, man. And then it motivated me to act stupid, because I knew it was making people laugh. So that's what, hey, there's a time for everything. And this is a time to give up my spirit to the YouTube nation. Here you go, Kleck. You've just slain. You slew me. I'm dead in the streets right now. I mean, when you strike me down. That's the way it's supposed to be. You gotta, God is allowing you to exercise your pride, Kleck. All the way through, 100%, all the way to the end. It's free will. So you're gonna exercise your right, and that's the way it's supposed to be. You're just gonna find out that the way that I've been saying things are gonna unfold, after they do unfold, and you know where I'm at, just me out here pulling up to a house I gotta pay rent in. That's, I don't even want to, you know, it's like I never had a house of my own. I can't wait to build it, but I just never had it like that. And so now that time's coming to an end where basically let our people go. Let our people go now, or you just wait to see how it unfolds in the end. And that's the way it's supposed to be, because you'll gain more faith in God that way, to see it unfold in front of your face after it's said, and knowing the position that you're in, knowing that I'm nobody over here. I'm in Warrenton, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia. I have to drive myself to work every day for an hour and a half in Philadelphia to work, and then basically have enough money to pay my bills. That's just about it. Not much left over. And this has been going on for years. It's just the way, you know, I try to give my family a nice place to live, and then so I work hard to keep it that way. But man, I can't wait to rest. So this is the beginning of my retirement right now. I mean, don't feel bad for me when you don't see my channel up, or I can't upload a video. Do not feel bad for me. I earned this. My time's up. I'm finished. The reason why I'm finished with my testimony is because everybody already knows who's who now. The elite know. The right people know. And that's why Kleck gets the rule all the way through, and then Steve taps him on the shoulder. That's all that happens that way. He just taps him like, yo, Kleck. It's over. And then I don't even have to tap Steve on the back of his shoulder. I'll actually pat him on the shoulder. It's like, good job, Steve. Because it's like you don't take somebody's spot. This is the last time somebody's spot is going to be taken. The thieves are done. There's no more thievery. There's no more. This lying shit's going to be finished. After this event happens, all these events, when the Kleck gives you his best, and then it's just lights out for 3 days, just lights out, because God's wrath is just pummeled the entire America for sure, the world, Israel. Most likely it's the two witnesses. It'll be Israel and America, but Philadelphia, okay? Philadelphia and Jerusalem, they are the two witnesses, the two targets to be destroyed in 21 days. And that's why, in the meantime, the second 9/11 happens to soften things up too. But the rapture, the rapture got to take place. I don't think it would be in the end. Yeah, I mean, Kleck could wait until the 18th day of the 21st day, and then rapture up out of here, and then the sun goes down, because the sun's going to go down at noon. So it looks like November 21st the sun would go down at noon, right? Because the 24th is the end of the that's the open sky treaty. But the 21 days from 4321. Well, there's 21 days after that. But All Saints Day and Halloween combined, like back to back, like one after, like as soon as it's the end of evil, it's the beginning of good. So just know that, Kleck, when it comes to when you move forward, evil, Halloween is here, and then the very next day, not like a week from now, not like a month from now is Thanksgiving or something like that. No, it's All Saints Day on November 1st, which is so 12, when the clock strikes 12 a.m., 11:59 p.m. and 59 seconds, when it strikes 12 a.m., All Saints Day has taken over. Just know that the saints are rising up from that day on. It doesn't stop, Kleck. You're going to fall right in line, but you're going to be the last one. Mark my words. You're going to be the last person on planet Earth that repents. I said that before about Steve, but then I seen how he'd already repented. I can see it in him. He couldn't help himself. I seen it mainly in his face when he got on the one day. He's like, yeah, Rob, you exploit my name some more, of course. He showed love in his eyes and appreciation for me. And from that point on, it's like I started to see the good side of him, because it wasn't all an act. He started to become real in front of the camera, and I'm the one that got him up in front of that damn camera. I got him to show his personality. So same thing with Kleck. I've reeled him in. I mean, I've I've frustrated the shit out of him. I know it's true. He knows it's true. Steve knows it's true. The others, the colleagues know it. The subs that understand, you guys know it's true. It's not, and it's not even like, oh my God, you got Johnathan Kleck's attention? Who's Johnathan Kleck but another man on planet Earth? He's severely deceived that he has all that power, and that's great. That's great, Kleck. You know, plus all that knowledge you have about the Bible, when it finally comes true right in front of your face, you're gonna all that knowledge you have, you're gonna realize that it's true, and you don't even have to lie anymore, and you're gonna actually want to just preach the Bible, the truth of it. That's the awesome part about all the 450 false prophets, all the false Christ. When that switch happens, after everything is done and said, you've shown you've punched us with your best shot, and you got it all out of your system. Everything you got out of your system, letting us know that you're Lucifer. You're thinking you're Lucifer. Just everything and anything. The dominant woman energy taking over. You've deceived the entire world, all the miracles, signs, and wonders in the skies, and it all comes to an end, and then you get tapped on the shoulder. John, you're going to get tapped on the shoulder, all right? They're not going to, there's no harm going to be done. There's no it's not going to be a phone call either. You're going to be told in person, and you're going to get tapped on the shoulder. When that person tells you, and you know that person has, he's not going to tell you something that isn't true. You know that for a fact. They don't even have to say anything to you, because you're going to know that time when you got that absolute victory is over and done with. You are partying for 3.5 days. Because from the 21st of November to the 24th, you know, when you drop the bomb on Philadelphia, when those missiles hit Philly and it explodes everything, and the star hits Philadelphia, we get blasted up on November 21st, 2019. Boom! Everything is blown up. Everybody in any other country is going to see that Philadelphia was destroyed. Basically, like, anywhere that I'm at, I would be dead for sure, according to what they're going to show you on the TV. So, just know I'm not dead. I'm fine. And after 3.5 days, Johnny, 3 taps. It's not going to be 2 taps. It's not going to be 4. It's going to be 3 taps. And it's going to be on your shoulder. It's going to be on your left shoulder. Because the person coming up to you is going to tap you on your left shoulder with their right middle finger. Alright? Middle finger on your left shoulder. When you get that sign, your heart's going to sink into your feet. That's all that it's going to take, is these words that I'm saying, knowing that it's going to happen, and I could just be giving them the idea to do it, or I can be telling you what they had already planned on doing. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen that way. Whether I created it or they were already going to do it, that's how you're going to know, Kleck. They're not even going to have to say a word to you. I'm making their job so much easier, or that's how they already planned it. No, I'm going to make their job easier, which means I am creating this moment right now. They are going to go up to you and tap you on the shoulder 3 times with their middle right finger on your left shoulder as you have your back towards them, because they're walking up to you to give you the news. Just know at that moment, know the end result. I win. Game over. I'll give you time to, let it sink in. I won't, look, I'm not even going to mock you or anything. I need it to let it sink in. And then afterwards, when you're ready, I'll talk to you about it.